Ahoy, ahoy.
Ahoy, matey.
It's Jamal here and Tay Tay. We're going to do another addition to the 22 questions. And yeah, you nervous?
Oh, I am so nervous right now. I mean, the pressure was on, it sounded like, from what they were saying. I'm worried now what the questions are.
Because I already posted 2 of the questionnaires, I kind of changed up the order and I also changed up a few of the questions.
Okay, keeping it interesting.
Yeah. So it's the same rules apply. How it works, we have a list of 22 questions. You get to select 10 of your choice. And then from there, we're going to pick your brain, get to know you, and we'll see how it goes.
Sounds like I should have been studying for this.
I know, right? But normally the first question eases you in. So before we start, if you want to let the people know a little bit about you, not too much, but just a little slice.
Well, I mean, I think you're about to find out a lot about me, but I'm Tay Tay. Yes, I met Jordan hanging out with his brother Jamal now, yes. And got offered this opportunity to jump on and do this sports podcast. This one sounds far less sports related though today, but interested
100%.
to see what you got planned. You always got something up your sleeve.
All right, here you go. Without further ado, if you want to select your first question, we'll begin.
Let's go with lucky number 10.
Lucky number 10. Not bad. So when do you feel most alive?
Okay, that's an easy one for me. Traveling. I'm traveling, definitely.
Care to explain a little bit about that?
I mean, it doesn't matter where, particularly in a new country, somewhere I've never been. It's just that change of atmosphere, change of tempo, just, anything new is always exciting. And traveling constantly is full of new things.
And you've been to, I believe, over 40 countries?
Yeah, yes.
There you go. Yeah. Wow. The proof is in the pudding. Okay, so the first question was pretty easy. Whenever you're ready, question number 2.
How about 18?
18. Very random. Yeah, you get it. Okay, here we go. What's one of your favorite songs right now?
Okay. So I love Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. That's not really as much of a right now song, so maybe Morgan Wallen, You Proof. I love that song. I love Morgan Wallen right now.
That's currently on repeat right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Still, I feel like you're just sliding in between the questions. Okay.
Well, I'm building up. I'm worried now because I heard you got some tough ones in there.
All right. Question number 3.
Okay. Question number 3. Let's do number 3 then.
Question number 3 and number 3. Here we go. What's the best compliment you've ever received from somebody?
Honestly, the best compliment I've ever received was from a child that said they want to be like me when they grow up.
Oh, wow.
That was like the biggest compliment. I think it's the biggest compliment you could ever get. Someone, idolizing you or, wishing they could be more like you. And I think that's really awesome that a kid said that one day to me. I was
how did that come about? Did they just walk up to you or?
No, it's a friend of mine's child who I look after and play with, and when their parents aren't around, I look after them and stuff, and I spend a lot of time with them. So they ask me about what I do and my travels, and the traveling is right after they said that, when they were just like, I want to do all the things that you've done. I want to have these experiences. Like, you have time, you'll get there. And if you ever need any advice, let me know.
Kids have a good judge of character, so
I'll take that.
All right, so that was number 3. We're getting there. Question number 4.
16.
Here we go. If you really learn from your mistakes, why are you so afraid of making them?
I think because mistakes are, even if you learn from them, they're still failures. It's just trying to, find the positive in it, to not, repeat them or, have the damage be less from the mistake you've made and have a learning experience from it. It doesn't mean you're not afraid of them. It's just like, you get a little scrape and you're going to get hurt, but it's not going to, kill you. So you still don't want it to happen. A little scrape or bump still hurts, but it's more like trying to find the positive in it, I think, is
I agree.
Growing from your mistake.
When's the last time you made a mistake?
I make a mistake.
Whether a small one or a big one?
I mean, all the time we joke about at work how many people will accidentally send emails to the wrong people. So it's something I am really good about, making sure I double check my emails every single time. Same thing with text messages. That's always a funny one. I'll get a text message from a friend. I'm like, I don't think this one was meant for me. I don't think it was meant for me. They're like, yeah, can you please delete that? No problem. I got you.
Funny story. I was hanging out with somebody and it wasn't fun. My boy was with me at the time and I accidentally texted her what I wanted to text him. No. And long story short, I said, yo, she's really boring. Can you just make up an excuse? And so I think that was the last mistake I made.
That's a harsh one.
All right, question number 5.
What have we done? Okay, how about 20?
Question 20. In what ways do you self-sabotage?
Is this a sports podcast or an intervention?
No,
Come
this
on.
is for everyone to get to know the panel.
I would say in what ways? Procrastination, that's a big one for me.
Me too.
And like perfectionism. So when I'm working on something, like I just have to have it perfect. And a lot of times that's not a requirement of whatever I'm doing. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be done. And I just will kind of be OCD about it and focus too hard on it. So those are probably my top 2 ways to self-sabotage.
I'm the same way. So see, I didn't even know that about you. Now when the viewers see this, they can relate. Okay, see, we're opening up. So this is question 6.
Okay, let's wrap around to number 1. What did you have for number 1?
Number 1. Are there any hard truths that you're afraid to admit to yourself?
About like life, myself?
Well, if you, you don't have to go too deep. It could be, surface level.
Are you afraid to admit to yourself? I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty good about owning up to, who I am, what I'm capable of, like how I am in social situations. I think that's kind of the most important thing, is just kind of being true to yourself. So I do it probably more than I should, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't admit to myself that I'm afraid of heights. I try to act like I'm not scared of anything, but
that's a good one. If you go that route, I lie to myself all the time. Yeah, when I
I
was like, this is nothing. Just
I do it all the time, and it helps like keep things going, because I don't want to get. But anyways, I digress. So this would be question number 7.
It's weird picking the numbers. Okay, let's go with 7 since it's on 7 again.
Ooh, question 7.
What
is your spiciest opinion that most people disagree with?
You're trying to get me canceled.
No, I would.
Okay, I've got a regular one. How about Valentine's Day? So this is a big one, and it comes up every year. It is a Hallmark holiday. I don't think it needs to be celebrated. I think if you're in a good relationship, or you want to be in a good relationship, then you go out and you take the time to do it with that person. You celebrate it whenever day it makes sense, not just because, Hallmark's decided that this holiday needs to exist and you have to go out on this day. Things are overpriced. Roses are 12 times the price. Even just bring me flowers some other random day in February or March, or I don't even care. I think it's ridiculous. Valentine's Day is so overdone. I
agree. So what I do is I'm a hopeless romantic. So I won't celebrate on Valentine's Day, but pick any other day and we'll make it our own like special day.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm so with you there. Okay, good.
That's pretty good. So that was question 7 and number 7. All right. Question number 8.
How about, do we 12?
12. There we go. What are 3 things you can't live without?
Air, water, food.
Oh.
No. I know that sounds like more scientific or shallow about it, but to me, it's like, that's the reality, and I'm a very real person. So it's like anything else, you're gonna survive. You're gonna get through it. You can live without it. And I'm not a materialistic person. Like, I like camping. I like outdoor stuff. Like, I'm not, I have to have this bed or this bag or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, I have favorite foods that I would love to have, but I can live without them. I can live without, whatever I need. Those are the basics, and the rest is up to you to choose in your life.
See, I never expected none of these answers. This is amazing. Wow. Okay.
Okay, good. Okay. Positive deep dive at least.
So that was question 8. Yeah, I love camping. Last time I went camping, like just looking up at the stars and just being out in nature, putting your phone down for a little bit and just being in the moment. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's being able to actually just step out of society for a while. And I love fishing too. So combine a camping fishing trip with me and I'm in.
You ever been ice fishing?
No. Well, actually, that's not true. I have. I was going to say no. The only time I went ice fishing was actually unintentional, because we didn't realize the lake was going to be frozen over that we were going to. We thought we had a few more weeks before it was going to freeze over, so we had to actually break the ice to fish. But I've never done the super hardcore one of the 2 feet worth cut out of ice.
Yeah. That's the one I want to do in the little shack.
On the to-do list. I think that would be awesome. It looks really fun.
All right, there you go. That was question 8. Question 9.
21.
What role would you play in a group of people trying to survive a zombie apocalypse?
I'd be good in a zombie apocalypse.
I love every zombie movie, so let's hear.
I hate zombie movies. I hate the concept of zombies. I'd rather it just be a regular apocalypse.
You know why I like zombie movies?
Creatures.
That's like the one time people have no choice but to come together. I know it sounds bad, but like every single zombie movie, it doesn't matter race, creed, height, everybody has. So that's why I personally love them. But what role would you play?
I mean, you start losing people pretty quick, so you'd probably wear a lot of hats, and I'm good at wearing a lot of hats. I'm kind of a like jack of all trade. My mom always said I was MacGyver because I could fix absolutely anything.
I love that show.
I do too. I used to watch as a kid with my mom all the time. So I'm such a MacGyver. I can fix all these things, and I'm definitely like, I'm a strong leader. I'm good in emergency, so I'd be happy to lead or lead with people if needed. I'm also just as good at, being, a soldier and taking orders, as long as we've got a good strategy. Everyone's got their role. But I definitely would be the kind of strategist side of it. Of, well, okay, let's come together with a plan. Let's work on this. How are we going to get through this? Who's in charge of supplies? I'm normally in charge of supplies. We get hurricanes here, so my house is always the one, hey, if you're stuck, come to my house. I've always got the supplies. I'm ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would be good in this. I just wish it was a regular apocalypse, not a zombie one.
Well, what other apocalypse could there be? Like a internet power outage?
Well, I mean, anything. If you think of any kind of apocalyptic movie where there's been some level of global destruction that occurs, not zombies coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
See, this is wow. Like, now imagine if it was just sports questions.
Oh, I know. I would be more stressed about that, actually.
I'm planning to do a sports trivia. So.
Okay.
All right, number 10.
I'm like running on numbers. What do we do? 5? How about 5?
Oh, no, you did it. Okay. Question number 5. What do you admire most about yourself?
I think my compassion for others. Like, I'm like a really empathetic person, and I think that's as much as it can be like something to your own detriment, it's a admirable trait. So I do like that, and I do think it's important to care about other people. So that's probably like my compassion, I would say.
Wow, this is really good. Like I'm dumbfounded. I was just like, okay, I was not expecting that. All right, so I don't want to be too patternized, so I'll give you one more, and then we'll go over the questions that you missed.
9.
See, normally it's 10 questions, but we're gonna do one more. If you can go back in time, what year would you travel to?
Ooh.
Right?
That's a hard one.
1800s, 1700s, 1400s.
Well, and I definitely was thinking like it'd be fun to go back and see some really historical things, but then, how much would that really like add to your life in the current state? I think it would be cool like to go back in time to like when my parents were my age and see just like what they were like as kids, or,
Would you hold it against them?
Pardon?
Would you hold it against them if you see anything?
Or no. I think it's just one of those things where they're such good parents, and I just love to see them in their, state of youth when they didn't have the responsibility of being a parent and, stuff like that.
Wow. You know what? I always said to myself, if I had the opportunity to go back in time, I would not do it because like, I don't know when or where I would want to go, but that was actually a pretty good answer. So I'm going to have to think about that.
Well, and I was thinking too, I mean, I obviously I'm fortunate enough to still have both my parents, but that would be my first thought. If I had lost a parent, I'd be like, go back to revisit them again, just.
Okay, maybe one person, it's either Einstein or maybe Leonardo da Vinci. Like, I would just watch, like, what was the creative process? Like, what was he like? And like, how did he come across it? Like, were the stories accurate, like accurate depictions of him? But
that would be cool.
All right, so madness. That's what I'm hoping for. So like, it makes me feel a little bit normal. Like there is a method to my madness. There you have it. We just went through 11 of the 22 questions. So we're just going to quickly go over the questions that you did not choose or select. So number 2 was 1. What's one food you've tried but would never eat again? Let me see here.
I'm not answering these ones now?
No, I know. What's a flaw you see in yourself that you're currently working on? Number 6, what is your spirit animal?
It's a wolf. I know I'm not supposed to answer.
A wolf, huh? Ooh, number 8. Do you think there's a difference between living and existing?
You were finding some deep ones. Okay.
Number 11. What are thoughts and where do they come from?
Okay, Jamal.
14. What do you think is the meaning of life? Number 15. What's your astrology sign and what sign do you bump heads with the most? Are you an earth sign?
I'm a Virgo. But my first thought is I'm not going to go around asking people what their signs are, especially someone I'm going to bump heads with.
Exactly. So I knew you were earth sign because as soon as you said like fishing, camping, jack of all trades,
I'm a Virgo.
and the fact that you like with the hurricanes, how you're able to like, yeah. Yeah. All right. Only makes sense. 17. What do you consider your worst habit? 19. If you had the attention of the whole world for 5 minutes, what would you say? This is actually like a tough one because I don't know what I would say.
Something profound.
Right? But then it's just like, what? Okay. Anyways. All right. So now we're getting to the fun part. We have a trivia puzzle, if I may. It's a brain teaser. You're going to have to think with the left side, right side logic and creativity. We'll give you a minute on the timer. Let me just set this up.
Man, I should have had a coffee, it sounds like. Okay, what do we got?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What?
I'll give you an example. Number 2 is broken heart.
Yeah, that's an easy one, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, 11 multiple purposes.
Almost. 11 would be crossed purposes.
Okay. 14 fooling around.
Yeah.
19 musically inclined.
Wow. Yeah.
20 start at the end or
beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end, yeah. 17 history repeats itself.
Oh, that's pretty good, yeah. And that's time. I believe you just set the new record.
Okay.
Wow, that was actually really amazing. Hard. But you got the most so far, so you should pat yourself on the back for that one. And thank you again for taking the time to do these little questions for the panel and for the fans watching. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, I want to say just thank you for creating this. This was really fun. I didn't know exactly what I was expecting, and that brain teaser at the end, we should do some more of those for warm-ups before we get started on the show, get our brain spinning.
It does. And now that it's over, like, don't you feel a little more opened up?
Yeah. I'm like, man, I was like, and then it was some of those questions at the end, I was like, oh, I wanted to answer it, but it's all good. I was laughing at Jordan's with the Batman versus Spider-Man.
I was
rather
put that one in, but I thought it would have been weird. Like, what did you have picked? Batman suit or Spider-Man?
And that was hard, but I thought about it because I was like, oh, what would I have said? And I was like, well, Spider-Man, because Batman suit I can't travel with. And the only thing that would change that would be if it also came with Batman's money. Then, of course, I would go with Batman's suit because then you get everything. You get the Batmobile, the Batcave, unlimited.
Well, what's the first thing you would do if you had Spider-Man's powers? Like you wake up, you pick up your phone and then it's stuck to you. Like, what would you do?
Oh, come on. I mean, you wouldn't have to get up for anything, but I'm thinking next time I'm traveling, you just go on your own very quick tour.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Amazing. Thank you again. My name is Jamal Johnson Hines.
I'm Tay Tay.
And this was 22 Questions with the Below the Rim Podcast panel. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks.